Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Afrikaans ebook before it's gone. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to use when talking on the phone. After watching this video, you'll be able to ask for someone on the phone and to put someone on hold. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making a Phone Call PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Hallo, ek wil graag met die persoon in beheer praat.
Okay, net 'n oomblik.
Once more with the English translation.
Hallo, ek wil graag met die persoon in beheer praat.
Hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge.
Okay, net 'n oomblik.
Okay, just a moment. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say hello on the phone. That's
Hallo. Hallo,
Then you'll need to learn how to say, I'd like to speak with person. The pattern is
Ek wil graag met
person.
praat.
This Afrikaans sentence literally translates as, I want really with person speak, but it means, I'd like to speak with person. For example, hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge.
hallo, ek wil graag met die persoon in beheer praat. Hallo, ek wil graag met die persoon in beheer praat.
Now, how do you answer this question?
Okay, net 'n oomblik.
Okay, just a moment. Listen to it again.
Okay, net 'n oomblik. Okay, net 'n oomblik.
Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern to talk on the phone. The person in charge.
Die persoon in beheer. Die persoon in beheer.
A sales representative.
Verkoopsverteenwoordiger. Verkoopsverteenwoordiger.
The manager.
'n bestuurder. 'n bestuurder.
Customer service.
Kliëntediens. Kliëntediens.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Ek wil graag met 'n verkoopsverteenwoordiger praat. Okay, net 'n oomblik. Ek wil graag met 'n bestuurder praat. Okay, net 'n oomblik. Ek wil graag met kliëntediens praat. Okay, net 'n oomblik.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, I'd like to speak with person?
Ek wil graag met
Person.
praat.
And how do you answer it?
Okay, net 'n oomblik.
Imagine you want to talk to a sales representative. Do you remember how to say a sales representative?
Verkoopsverteenwoordiger. Verkoopsverteenwoordiger.
Say, I'd like to speak with a sales representative.
Ek wil graag met 'n verkoopsverteenwoordiger praat.
Now say you want to talk to a sales representative and answer it.
Ek wil graag met 'n verkoopsverteenwoordiger praat. Okay, net 'n oomblik.
Now, imagine you want to talk to the manager. Do you remember how to say the manager?
'n bestuurder. 'n bestuurder.
Say, I'd like to speak with the manager.
Ek wil graag met 'n bestuurder praat.
Now say you want to talk to the manager and answer it.
Ek wil graag met 'n bestuurder praat. Okay, net 'n oomblik.
Now imagine you want to talk to customer service. Do you remember how to say customer service?
Kliëntediens. Kliëntediens.
Say, I'd like to speak with customer service.
Ek wil graag met kliëntediens praat.
Now say you want to talk to customer service and answer it.
Ek wil graag met kliëntediens praat. Okay, net 'n oomblik.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life to talk on the phone. You're now able to answer the phone like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Tell us and your fellow learners whom you'd like to call. Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye! Few things are more discouraging than putting in the work and effort to learn a foreign language, only to not use it for a while and forget a large part of what you studied. Once you have a good handle on a language, it's not hard to practice it so that it stays in the forefront of your mind. In this video, we'll take a look at 5 practical ways you can make your target language a part of your daily life so that you don't forget it. Number 1, use language exchanges. The idea behind a language exchange is that you find someone who fluently speaks your target language and is also interested in learning your native language. During the exchange, you spend half the time speaking in the language you're learning and the other half in the language they're learning. This kind of exchange is a great way to practice your speaking skills and cement the material you've learned into your brain. One great thing about practicing through a language exchange is that your language partner is a fellow language learner. They will be able to sympathize with your struggles and even give you some insightful tips from their own personal experience. Most major cities will have at least one meetup or language club where you can practice languages with people from around the world. But sometimes it can be hard to find people who speak the language you're learning. If you can't find a local exchange or if there are no native speakers in your city, you can connect with native speakers through online language exchanges. There are numerous free sites that allow you to search for users based on country and language and have a text, audio, or video practice session. Number 2, immerse yourself digitally. Most phones, laptops, and apps will allow you to change the language of their interface. Why not change it to your target language? This simple change may seem small, but it can actually be an effective way to reinforce your use of the language. Your language skills are like a muscle. If you use them on a regular basis, then your skill in the language will be in good shape. The more you use your language skills, the easier it will be to remember things. However, if you go for long stretches without using the language, then you might have a problem. Those linguistic muscles will start to get weak before too long, and you'll notice a drop in your language ability. Simply changing the language on your electronic devices won't equate to any heavy lifting in a foreign language, but it could be comparable to a warm-up or a quick workout. Remember that you probably use electronic devices every day. If you can use at least some of that time thinking in your target language while using them each week, that adds up to a huge amount of time and can keep your knowledge fresh. Number 3, teach others a language. You don't have to be an expert in a new language to lend a hand to another language learner. Helping a beginner through the language will not only make you feel good about helping someone out, it will also help you use the language and keep your skills sharp. Remember those language exchanges we talked about? Well, what if you looked for other learners so that you could help them in the language? Don't worry if you don't feel qualified to teach the language. They're not looking to get their PhD in linguistics. Most likely, a new learner would appreciate someone who's been down the road before, someone to show them some common pitfalls and shortcuts. Have you ever been a complete newbie in something and been graciously helped by someone with more experience? Pay it forward and be that expert to someone else. Your language muscles will thank you for it. Number 4, keep a journal or blog. Writing out your thoughts in a foreign language is one of the best ways to sharpen your skills. It forces you to take time to construct sentences, and it will reveal your weak points very quickly. Journaling is also one of the easiest and cheapest ways to practice. All you need is a pen and a notebook. If you're not the journaling type, don't worry. You don't have to write an autobiography. Simply recounting your day or describing an experience will be enough to get your language juices flowing. The entries can be long, but they don't have to be. This exercise is flexible and can take any shape you want. Try writing short daily entries. You can even post them online for native speakers to correct. This way, you can hold yourself accountable and write regularly. There are several free sites that allow you to post an entry and have it reviewed by native speakers. Number 5, entertain yourself in the language. Books, movies, YouTube videos, language learning websites, music, the list goes on. There's an endless supply of media out there, so you're likely to find something that interests you in your target language. Whether you love sports, rock music, or sewing, you're sure to find something to entertain you in your target language. Learning a language is hard, but remembering it doesn't have to be. These ideas are here to help jumpstart your brain. These aren't the only ways to practice your target language either. Do your best to use the language on a daily basis and make it a part of your everyday life. Remember, all languages aren't just spoken, they're lived. And for even more ways to use your target language every day, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
In this video, you will learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Afrikaans. Hi everybody, my name is Ingrid. Welcome to the 800 Core Afrikaans Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Afrikaans. But there's a twist. With each new lesson in this series, we will include the previous lessons at the end. So after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you've learned in the previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at afrikaanspod101.com. Click the link in the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally, master Afrikaans. Okay, let's get started. First is hello. Hello. Hallo. Hallo. Hallo, aangename kennis. Hello, it's nice to meet you. Hallo, aangename kennis. Verskoon my. Excuse me. Verskoon my. Verskoon my. Excuse me. Verskoon my, het jy my hond gesien? Excuse me, have you seen my dog? Verskoon my, het jy my hond gesien? Ek is jammer. I'm sorry. Ek is jammer. Ek is jammer. I'm sorry. Ek is jammer ek is laat. I'm sorry I'm late. Ek is jammer ek is laat. Goeienag. Good night. Goeienag. Goeienag. Good night. Goeienag. Ek sal binnekort met jou praat. Good night. I'll talk to you soon. Goeienag. Ek sal binnekort met jou praat. Aangename kennis. Nice to meet you. Aangename kennis. Aangename kennis. Nice to meet you. Aangename kennis. Kom asseblief binne. Nice to meet you. Please come in. Aangename kennis. Kom asseblief binne. Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you? Hoe gaan dit met jou? Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you? Dit gaan goed. Hoe gaan dit met jou? I'm doing very well. How are you? Dit gaan goed. Hoe gaan dit met jou? Ja. Yes. Ja. Ja. Yes. Ja, dit is waar. Yes, it is true. Ja, dit is waar. Nee. No. Nee. Nee. No. Nee, dankie. No thanks. Nee, dankie. Dankie. Thank you. Dankie. Dankie. Thank you. Dankie, maar ek het dit nie bestel nie. Thank you, but I didn't order it. Dankie, maar ek het dit nie bestel nie. Ek is Ingrid. I'm Ingrid. Ek is Ingrid. Ek is Ingrid. I'm Ingrid. Ek is Sarah. I'm Sarah. Ek is Sarah. Totsiens. Goodbye. Totsiens. Totsiens. Goodbye. Totsiens. Sien jou later. Goodbye. See you later. Totsiens. Sien jou later. Sleg. Bad. Sleg. Sleg. Bad. Daardie is nie sleg nie. That one's not bad. Daardie is nie sleg nie. Goeie. Good. Goeie. Goeie. Good. Sy is 'n goeie persoon. She is a good person. Sy is 'n goeie persoon. Mooi. Pretty. Mooi. Mooi. Pretty. Jy is so mooi. You are so pretty. Jy is so mooi. Lelik. Ugly. Lelik. Lelik. Ugly. Lelike gesig. Ugly face. Lelike gesig. Maklik. Easy. Maklik. Maklik. Easy. Die lewe is nie altyd maklik nie. Life is not always easy. Die lewe is nie altyd maklik nie. Moeilik. Difficult. Moeilik. Moeilik. difficult. Dit is moeilik om wit meubels skoon te hou. It is difficult to keep white furniture clean. Dit is moeilik om wit meubels skoon te hou. Naby. Near. Naby. Naby. Near. Die seep lê naby die spieël. The soap is near the mirror. Die seep lê naby die spieël. Ver. Far. Ver. Far. Die bioskoop is ver weg van ons huis. The cinema is far away from our house. Die bioskoop is ver weg van ons huis. Klein. Small. Klein. Klein. Small. 'n klein bier asseblief. A small beer, please. 'n klein bier asseblief. Well done. In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words. Click the link in the description and sign up for free at afrikaanspod101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you need for daily life conversations. You'll also get example sentences, custom flashcard decks, and more learning resources. See you next time. Tot ziens!
Do you feel like you don't speak enough Afrikaans? That you need to know more words? Then stick around. With these lessons, you'll pick up some of the most common words in just a few minutes. Now, this video is a small portion of our learning program. To get the full lessons, translations, and Fluency Fast study tools, click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what are you going to talk about? After watching this video, you'll be able to answer this question and introduce a topic to give a simple speech. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Waaroor gaan jy praat?
Ek gaan praat oor my stokperdjies.
Once more with the English translation.
Waaroor gaan jy praat?
What are you going to talk about?
Ek gaan praat oor my stokperdjies.
I'm going to talk about my hobbies. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what are you going to talk about? That's,
Waaroor gaan jy praat?
listen to it again.
Waaroor gaan jy praat? Waaroor gaan jy praat?
This Afrikaans sentence literally translates as, what go you speak? But it means, what are you going to talk about? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is,
Ek gaan praat oor
topic. I am going to talk about topic. For example, I'm going to talk about my hobbies.
Ek gaan praat oor my stokperdjies. Ek gaan praat oor my stokperdjies.
Here are a few more topics you can use with the same pattern. My hobbies.
My stokperdjies. My stokperdjies.
My hobbies.
My stokperdjies.
My favorite food.
My gunsteling kos. My gunsteling kos.
My favorite food.
My gunsteling kos.
My favorite place.
My gunsteling plek. My gunsteling plek.
My favorite place.
My gunsteling plek.
My favorite book.
My gunsteling boek. My gunsteling boek.
My favorite book.
My gunsteling boek.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Waaroor gaan jy praat? Ek gaan praat oor my gunsteling kos.
What are you going to talk about?
Waaroor gaan jy praat?
I'm going to talk about my favorite food.
Ek gaan praat oor my gunsteling kos. Waaroor gaan jy praat? Ek gaan praat oor my gunsteling plek.
What are you going to talk about?
Waaroor gaan jy praat?
I'm going to talk about my favorite place.
Ek gaan praat oor my gunsteling plek. Waaroor gaan jy praat? Ek gaan praat oor my gunsteling boek.
What are you going to talk about?
Waaroor gaan jy praat?
I'm going to talk about my favorite book.
Ek gaan praat oor my gunsteling boek.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, "What are you going to talk about?"
Waaroor gaan jy praat?
Imagine you're going to talk about your favorite food. Do you remember how to say, "My favorite food"?
My gunsteling kos. My gunsteling kos.
Say, "I'm going to talk about my favorite food."
Ek gaan praat oor my gunsteling kos.
Now, answer the question saying you're going to talk about your favorite food.
Waaroor gaan jy praat? Ek gaan praat oor my gunsteling kos.
Now, imagine you're going to talk about your favorite place. Do you remember how to say, "My favorite place"?
My gunsteling plek. My gunsteling plek.
Say, "I'm going to talk about my favorite place."
Ek gaan praat oor my gunsteling plek.
Now, answer the question saying you're going to talk about your favorite place.
Waaroor gaan jy praat? Ek gaan praat oor my gunsteling plek.
Now, imagine you're going to talk about your favorite book. Do you remember how to say, "My favorite book"?
My gunsteling boek. My gunsteling boek.
Say, "I'm going to talk about my favorite book."
Ek gaan praat oor my gunsteling boek.
Now, answer the question saying you're going to talk about your favorite book.
Waaroor gaan jy praat? Ek gaan praat oor my gunsteling boek.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life to give a simple speech. You're now able to introduce a topic like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Tell me and your fellow learners what you are going to talk about in your next speech. Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye! Remember, here's what you can do to learn all of these words by heart. Drill these words with our spaced repetition flashcards, which will help cement these words into your long-term memory. Save them to the word bank, your personal vocabulary collection, where you can print out your own study sheets, or review the words with our looped vocabulary slideshow, and play it until you know all of the words. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to get these lessons and study tools.
In this video, you will learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Afrikaans. Hi everybody, my name is Ingrid. Welcome to the 800 Core Afrikaans Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Afrikaans. But there's a twist. With each new lesson in this series, we will include the previous lessons at the end. So after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you've learned in the previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at afrikaanspod101.com. Click the link in the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master Afrikaans. Okay, let's get started. First is vandag, today. Vandag, vandag, today. Die parade is vandag. The parade is today. Die parade is vandag. Gister, yesterday. Gister, gister, yesterday. Daar was 'n groot ongeluk gister. There was a big accident yesterday. Daar was 'n groot ongeluk gister. Môre, tomorrow. Môre, môre, tomorrow. Die brief sal môre aankom. The letter will arrive tomorrow. Die brief sal môre aankom. Week, week, week. Week, week. Die klas gaan volgende week begin. The class will begin next week. Die klas gaan volgende week begin. Jaar, year, jaar. Jaar, year. Die kunstenaars wat die jaar gekies is ongelooflik. The artists selected this year are incredible. Die kunstenaars wat die jaar gekies is ongelooflik. Sekonde, second. Sekonde, sekonde, second. Net 'n sekonde. Just a second. Net 'n sekonde. Minuut, minute. Minuut, minuut, minute. Gee my asseblief 'n minuut. Give me a minute, please. Gee my asseblief 'n minuut. Uur, hour, uur, uur, hour. Eendag het 24 uur. One day has 24 hours. Eendag het 24 uur. Klok, klok, klok. Klok, klok. Die muurklok hang op die muur. The wall clock is hanging on the wall. Die muurklok hang op die muur. Uur, o'clock. Uur, uur, o'clock. Dis om 8 uur. It's at 8 o'clock. Dis om 8 uur. Kalender, calendar. Kalender, kalender. Calendar. Dis tyd om die kalender te verander. It's time to change the calendar. Dis tyd om die kalender te verander. Maandag, Monday. Maandag, maandag. Monday. Ek begin maandag met 'n nuwe werk. I'll start a new job on Monday. Ek begin maandag met 'n nuwe werk. Dinsdag, Tuesday. Dinsdag, dinsdag. Tuesday. Dinsdag is die besigste dag vir my. Tuesday is the busiest day for me. Dinsdag is die besigste dag vir my. Woensdag, Wednesday. Woensdag, woensdag. Wednesday. Ek stel voor, jy gaan vroeg woensdagoggend om die kar in te vat. I suggest you take the car in early on Wednesday. Ek stel voor, jy gaan vroeg woensdagoggend om die kar in te vat. Donderdag, Thursday. Donderdag, donderdag. Thursday. Die donderdag sal die mees belangrikste dag van my lewe wees. This Thursday will be the most important day of my life. Die donderdag sal die mees belangrikste dag van my lewe wees. Vrydag, Friday. Vrydag, Vrydag, Friday. Ek gaan teen Vrydag klaar wees. I will be finished by Friday. Ek gaan teen Vrydag klaar wees. Saterdag, Saturday. Saterdag, Saterdag, Saturday. Is jy besig die Saterdag? Are you busy this Saturday? Is jy besig die Saterdag? Sondag, Sunday. Sondag, Sondag, Sunday. Ek gesels met my ma elke Sondag. I chat with my mom every Sunday. Ek gesels met my ma elke Sondag. Doen, do, doen, doen, do. Ek sal my huiswerk later doen. I will do my homework later. Ek sal my huiswerk later doen. Gaan, go. Gaan, aan, go. Ek gaan vroeg bed toe elke dag. I go to bed early every day. Ek gaan vroeg bed toe elke dag. Well done. In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words. Click the link in the description and sign up for free at afrikaanspod101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you need for daily life conversations. You'll also get example sentences, custom flashcard decks, and more learning resources. See you next time. Tot ziens!
Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what kind of movies do you like? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about movies and ask other people about their favorite kinds of movies. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Talking About Movies and TV PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Van watter soort flieks hou jy?
Ek hou van grillers.
Once more with the English translation.
Van watter soort flieks hou jy?
What kind of movies do you like?
Ek hou van grillers.
I like horror. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what kind of movies do you like? That's
Van watter soort flieks hou jy?
listen to it again.
Van watter soort flieks hou jy? Van watter soort flieks hou jy?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Ek hou van
type of movie. I like type of movie. For example, I like horror.
ek hou van grillers. Ek hou van grillers.
Here are a few more kinds of movies you can use with the same pattern to talk about movies. Horror,
Grillers. Grillers.
comedy,
Komedie. Komedie.
fantasy,
Fantasie. Fantasie.
romance,
Romans. Romans.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Van watter soort flieks hou jy? Ek hou van komedie. Van watter soort flieks hou jy? Ek hou van fantasie. Van watter soort flieks hou jy? Ek hou van romans.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what kind of movies do you like?
Van watter soort flieks hou jy?
Imagine you like comedies. Do you remember how to say comedy?
Komedie. Komedie.
Say, I like comedy.
Ek hou van komedie.
Now answer the question saying that you like comedies.
Van watter soort flieks hou jy? Ek hou van komedie.
Now imagine that you like fantasy movies. Do you remember how to say fantasy?
Fantasie. Fantasie.
Say, I like fantasy.
Ek hou van fantasie.
Now, answer the question saying you like fantasy movies.
Van watter soort flieks hou jy? Ek hou van fantasie.
Now imagine you like romance. Do you remember how to say romance?
Romans. Romans.
Say, I like romance.
Ek hou van romans.
Now answer the question saying you like romantic movies.
Van watter soort flieks hou jy? Ek hou van romans.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life to talk about movies. You are now able to talk about types of movies like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Tell us what your favorite kind of movie is. Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye!
Hello, it's me again, Christine. We're here today in the lesson, the top 25 Afrikaans phrases. So they're obviously the ones that you definitely want to know if you want to know Afrikaans. They're super simple, most of them, and easy to learn. The ones that everyone always learns these words in all the different languages. So let's get started. Hello. 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 It's pretty straightforward. It's a greeting. It's what you say to everyone. It sounds the same as most languages, so it's an easy one to remember. Goeiemôre. Goeiemôre. Good morning. Goeiemôre. Good morning. So this one's a little bit hard because it's got the ch sound, but in the morning we're all feeling ugh anyway, so it's a great time to use this. Practice it next time you wake up in the morning and say hello to whoever you see the first thing in the morning and just say Goeiemôre. Goeiemiddag. Goeiemiddag. Good afternoon. Goeiemiddag. Good afternoon. So it's very similar to goeiemôre. This time you're changing the second word to middag, adding an extra in there because now by middag time the day's hard and all you want is some lunch. So you're adding mochs in there and just saying goeiemiddag as if it's angry, but try to say it with a smile and then it's even nicer. Goeiemiddag. Goeienacht. Goeienacht. Good night. Goeienacht. Good night. So that's what you say before you go to bed, obviously. And by now, you're thinking of the dreams that you might have tonight or the comfy warm bed that you're going to in a cold winter's day. Not like today, obviously, but it's something that everyone wants to hear. It's nice to say it to the people around you before going to bed, like end your day on a nice, calm note by telling everyone around you, Goeienacht. Wat is jou naam? Wat is jou naam? What is your name? Wat is jou naam? What's your name? So this is obviously the one that you want to know when you're going out in a new place, especially in South Africa or anywhere where you know there's Afrikaans people and you want to know who they are, know more about them. So it's always an easy icebreaker. Wat is jou naam? Get to know their name. Try think of a way that you'll remember it by
making up little anagrams in your head or whatever. It's what I usually do because I'm very bad at remembering names. But definitely a useful phrase to know.
Ek is Christine. Ek is Christine. I'm Christine.
And then if they ask you that question, or if you've just asked that question, the likely response is ek is naam. I am name. So you'd insert your name. Obviously, you wouldn't say ek is naam. I would say ek is Christine. I am Christine. So pretty simple response. Wat is your naam? Ek is, and then say your name. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Aangename kennis. Aangename kennis. Nice to meet you.
Aangename kennis. Aangename kennis. Nice to meet you. So now you've said hello, you said goeiemorgen, goeiemiddag, goeienacht, whatever time of day it is. You've asked them what their name is, you've told them what your name is, so now you're saying it's nice to meet you. Aangename kennis. It's a simple conversation going on here, so it's very important to know all these little phrases.
Hoe gaan dit met jou? Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you?
Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you? So now in the conversation, you're at that part where you've realized that they have a cool name, they seem pretty cool, and you want to know a little bit more about them. So you ask them, hoe gaan dit? And then remember to listen, because people always say this and then don't listen to the response or don't really care about the response. Only ask these things if you care, because it's way nicer that way.
Goed, dankie. En met jou? Goed, dankie. En met jou? I'm fine, thanks. And you?
And then the typical response, or hopefully the response because it's positive, goed, dankie. En met jou? Goed, dankie. En met jou? I'm fine, thanks. And you? So that obviously follows the previous one, answering how you are doing and then asking back to the person, because that's only polite. You don't want to be like, yeah, I'm fine, thanks, bye. You want to be polite, ask them how they're doing back if they asked it first. Otherwise, maybe don't say it if you asked it first, because then it's just like a continuous cycle that's never ending.
Asseblief. Asseblief. Please.
Asseblief. Please. Very popular in South Africa because we're all very polite people here. But please remember, see, I said it there again. Please remember to be polite when you're asking for something or commenting on something that requires a please. No, it'll be a question. So be polite, remember your manners, and say asseblief if you are looking for something.
Dankie. Dankie. Thank you.
Dankie. Thank you. So there we go again with the politeness. Be very kind and warm when someone tells you something or compliments you or gives you an answer to that asseblief question that you just asked. Say thanks, say dankie. And if you can't remember the word, think of a donkey. That's how I always used to tell people. And then just change the sound a little bit, because you can't say donkey, you must say dankie.
Jy is welkom. Jy is welkom. You're welcome.
Jy is welkom. You're welcome. So that's the response. If someone said dankie to you, you're obviously going to say you're welcome. Jy is welkom. Because it wasn't such a schlep for you to tell them what they wanted and you don't mind telling them. So, jy is welkom.
Ja. Ja. Yes.
Ja. Yes. Pretty straightforward. Yes. Positive response to something. So, pretty easy.
Nee. Nee. No.
Nee. No. Also pretty straightforward, but try not to use it so much because it's going to be a downer on anyone, unless it's something definitely that needs a no for a response. But ja and nee, pretty easygoing, used quite often, so good ones to remember.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Very simple because it's the same as the English and most other languages, just like I said, hello. Okay means, yeah, sure, okay, we'll do this, or okay, I'll have that for lunch, or okay, you make the plans. It's used every day in so many different ways, so it's easy to remember, okay.
Verskoon my. Verskoon my. Excuse me.
Verskoon my. Excuse me. This is a part of that politeness again. If you are leaving the table or you're walking away from something because you don't really like the conversation going on, you just politely say, Verskoon my. Asseblief as well if you want to be even more nice. Even nicer.
Ek is jammer. Ek is jammer. I'm sorry.
Ek is jammer. I'm sorry. So unfortunately this one means you've done something wrong or you've said something that's not so polite. But just be a human being and say sorry if a sorry is needed. And then remember, ek is jammer.
Hoe laat is dit? Hoe laat is dit? What time is it?
Hoe laat is dit? What's the time? This is funny. The translation isn't exactly what's the time, but that's how we say it here in South Africa. You literally say, how late is it? Because you're always late for something, or you're always thinking it's later than it is. So try to remember it that way. We're always late, so that's why we say, hoe laat is dit? Like, how late is it?
Waar is die badkamer? Waar is die badkamer? Where is the restroom?
Waar is die badkamer? Where is the restroom? This one you'll probably use when you're out at the restaurants or at a random friend's house that you've never been to before and you really need a wee. So you're going to be needing this one. So remember, waar is die badkamer?
Wag 'n bietjie. Wag 'n bietjie. Wait a moment.
Wag 'n bietjie. Wait a moment. You're a little bit busy in a conversation and someone comes and chirps in and all you want to say is just hold on. So if you ever in these situations and you have friends that like to interrupt you, then maybe you should learn wag 'n bietjie. And you could always add asseblief as well if you don't want to sound too rude and like cut offy. You can say wag 'n bietjie, asseblief.
Hoeveel kos dit? Hoeveel kos dit? How much is this?
Hoeveel kost dit? How much is this? Now you're in the shop. So you've been to the restaurants, you've been to friends' house, you've been everywhere, and now you're in the shops and you're seeing this beautiful new thing that you really want to buy. But, you know, you're on holiday, so you can't just be splurging money everywhere. So you're going to have to ask this question quite often. Hoeveel kost dit?
Help. Help. Help.
Help. Help. Luckily, this word, because it has so much going on and it's obviously urgent, is usually the same in most languages. So it's pretty straightforward if you know English. Help, it sounds the same in Afrikaans and is used in the same way.
Sien jou later. Sien jou later. See you later.
Sien jou later. See you later. You finish at the restaurant, you're going home, or at the shops or whatever, and you're saying, ciao, I'm going to see you later, sien jou later. Obviously one to use all the time, comes alongside a goodbye, so remember, sien jou later. And maybe I'll sien jou later in some of the other videos.
Tot ziens. Tot ziens. Goodbye.
Tot ziens. Goodbye. Directly translated, tot ziens means until I see you again, which is quite nice because you're always assuming that a goodbye isn't a bad bye and you will reconnect again at some point. So tot ziens means until next time, but it actually means goodbye.
Ek weet nie. Ek weet nie. I don't know.
Ek weet nie. I don't know. It's okay to not know. We don't all know everything, so this is a good one to know. If someone asks you a question or asks you directions and you don't know because you're just a tourist here, remember to say, ek weet nie. I use this all the time and it irritates my friends, but I'm honest at least, so ek weet nie. So we've reached the end of today's lesson of the top 25 phrases in Afrikaans. I hope they're useful for you because they should be. We use them all the time, and I hope they're simple enough for you to remember. And good luck using them. I hope you meet loads of new people when you come to South Africa or speak to South Africans. And let me know in the comments down below if you have, or if they've helped you, or if you're struggling with any of the pronunciations or something like that. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, and keep learning Afrikaans on afrikaanspod101.com.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Afrikaans ebook before it's gone.